Today I'm recording another makeup inventory, and this will also be a declutter. I'm focusing on highlighters, blushes, and bronzers. These are strictly highlighters. I will be showing duos and trios and maybe face palettes later in this video, but these are just highlighters. And maybe this would be a good time to pull up my tripod, but we'll see how it goes with just recording handheld. I have this illuminator. I have two of them by different brands. I'm just including these in the highlighter category. I think this might be my first declutter. This is at least 5 years old, and for a liquid product, I think that's past expiration definitely. So Iconic London Illuminator is going. Color FX Glitter Drops. This is still good, actually. This is newer. So this I am going to keep, even though I keep forgetting to use it. I'm not even sure how you're supposed to use it. I've used it as strictly a highlight, but I think you can mix it in with foundation or even use it as a body lotion, include it in your body lotion just to get a glow. So I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to keep it out somewhere where I can see it so I can get more use out of it. This Becca highlighter is ancient and it's quite powdery, so I did swatch it. I don't know if I'm keeping it or not. It's definitely at least 5 years old, so I think I'm going to declutter it. Yeah, it's going in the declutter pile. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter. I'm not sure if I want to keep this. It's not that old. I'm guessing maybe 2 years old. And this is the swatch from it. I'll give it a try, see how I like it, but for now, I think I'm going to keep it. This is the Glamlight Pina Colada Highlighter. I don't love it, but I do like it, so I'm definitely keeping it. This is fairly new. I would say it's no more than 5 or 6 months old. This I purchased, oh god, where did I purchase this? I think I purchased it on Temu a few months ago. It is extremely dry. It was approximately $1 or $2, but it is extremely dry. So this is definitely getting decluttered. I don't like this at all. I'm definitely keeping this one. It's fairly new. The Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in Cocoa Bling. I did swatch it. I have a thing for very shimmery highlights, so I do like this one. So it's staying. Physicians Formula Butter Glow Highlighter. I think this is a few years old, but it is staying. I do like it quite a bit. This is a little sample size of, is it pronounced Refi? Gloss highlighter. I've only tried this once, so I'm not sure if I like it or not yet, but am keeping it for now. Sigma Glow Kissed. I really do like this palette. I do like the highlighters in here. I wish there was one that was more platinum in tone. They're all a little pink, champagne, gold leaning, but I do like this palette quite a bit. This is the Sigma palette swatched. They're quite shimmery in sunlight. I definitely recommend this palette. For the highlighter category, we are decluttering 3 and keeping 7. And now we are moving on to blush. We definitely have some oldies in here. This is Pretty Vulgar. It is extremely dry. This is maybe 7 years old. This is definitely getting decluttered. Studio Makeup. This is a loose blush. It is also extremely old, maybe over 5 years old, but I'm not a fan of loose blush, so I'm decluttering this. And this cream blush by Lucky Chick is in the shade Lucky Days. It's okay. It's fairly new, so I am going to keep it. This is just a mini blush by V Cosmetics, I'm not sure. And it's not bad either, so I will be keeping this one for now. Note, I've never heard of this brand before. This must have been from when BoxyCharm was still around. But this is very orange and very old, so I don't think I even want to use this just due to age, and I'm not really a fan of this type of shade. This is Ciate London. I got this when I first joined BoxyCharm, so this would have been around 2016, 2017 maybe. That is definitely too old, so, and I barely used it, so this is a declutter. A lot of the blush that I do have will be going in the declutter pile because I received a lot of them in my BoxyCharm in 2016 and 17, so definitely too old to be used. Laura Geller, New York. My voice is a little hoarse. I should drink some water. Interesting composition. I'm not sure what color you will end up with, but I'll swatch it in a moment. Not sure if you can tell that some of these are suspended in a clear base, but I'm not sure if I want to focus. I'm not sure if I want to keep it or not. It is getting quite old. I'll try it out and see. So for now, I'll keep it. Change of plans. I just smelled it and it smells quite off. So declutter. So we have a keep finally. Anastasia Beverly Hills. And you have the stick on one end and the brush on the other. I don't really use this brush. I find it's too stiff. I like to just use a softer makeup brush for application, for blending actually. So this is a keep. So far, declutter pile, keep pile. This is the only liquid blush I own. It's by e.l.f. and I think the shade is Old Rose. So this I will be keeping. I purchased this maybe a month ago, and that is the shade. It's picking up a little orange on camera, but it's not this orange in real life. This is another product that I received shortly after I joined BoxyCharm. I do have a drawer where I keep products that I don't use anymore, but I mean to potentially try again someday, but this is definitely too old. These are probably quite dry. Oh yeah, they're very dry. So it's a declutter. And this is a Melt Blush Light in the shade Pinched. I really do like this one, and we'll be keeping it. And this is another Melt Blush Light in Sundown. I'll be keeping this one as well. I have another Sigma palette. This is their cheek palette. And this is a definite keep. This is fairly brand new. I typically just use the top three and Tiger Lily, but I really do recommend the Sigma face palettes. The quality is really great. So that is it for blush. We are decluttering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are decluttering 6 and we are keeping 7. For bronzer and contouring, I don't really have many products, and these are all fairly new, so I will be keeping them all, I think. Cab Cosmetics. Cab, I'm not sure what that stands for. I keep forgetting to use this. This was an IPSY purchase. It was under $10. It was on sale. So you do have your translucent powders and your banana powder. I need to actually take this out and leave it where I can see it so I can try this again, because I honestly can't remember if I liked it or not. This is a tiny sample by Benefit Cosmetics, Hula Bronzer. I really like this. I should probably look into getting a larger one once I'm done with this. But yeah, this is a good one. IPSY Beauty Ultimate Sculpt Face Palette. I will typically use the top 2 shades and sometimes this bottom left one for under the chin. I have not used this dark shade, but I haven't used it enough to really know whether I like it or not. I should probably try it out a few more times to see how I feel about it, but for now I will be keeping it. Sunlit Glow Silk Bronzing Base by Yenza. This came with a brush. I tried this. I didn't really like it. It's actually quite dry. So maybe I'll try it out a few more times before I make my final decision. Okay, yeah, I'm going to keep it for now. This Rare Beauty stick, what is it called? Bright Side. Came in a subscription box. It was in my IPSY box. So it is a little light, but I really do like this one. Definitely keeping it. This is an e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. The shade is quite light on me. It doesn't actually say anywhere what shade this is. And from what I remember, I haven't used this other than the first few times when I first received this. I don't know if I will be keeping it. I think I'm going to declutter it actually. This is a Sephora lipstick. I don't know the shade name, but it is shade 61, and this works so well as a contour stick, and that's what I've been using it as lately. I'll give it a swatch and I'll show you what it looks like. It is a little on the darker side, but if you blend it out really well, since it is a lipstick, it does sheer out quite a bit and it does blend quite well. So I really do recommend the Sephora lipsticks as contour sticks, and maybe even I might pick some up to use as a blush. I think they have a really light one that has some sparkle to it. I might get that one as well to use as a highlight. But this is officially now a bronzer stick, well, a contour stick. So 6 keep and 1 declutter. These products are ones that are not singular, where you will either have 2 different products inside, whether it's a blush or highlight, you know what I mean, or full face palette. So let's get started. Cover FX face palette. This is definitely going in the garbage. It is starting to smell weird. It is very dry and it is very old. It was one of my first products from BoxyCharm. So this is a declutter. This is a limited edition Melt a blush light, I think. Is it a blush light? Duo cream blush light and highlight. Definitely keeping this. I really like it, and it is very new to my collection, so a definite keep. I don't even know what this is, where I got it. It may have been in an IPSY glam bag. Shimmer Bronzer Flush. So you have some bronze shades and some blush shades, and I can't see myself using this. I think I tried it a few times, but I am going to declutter it. Right away, I know this is a declutter because it's quite old. It looks like it's bubbling up a little bit, and it's also quite dry. So what is this? Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette. Declutter. Natasha Denona Alloy Cheek Duo Bronze and Glow Palette. This is a keep. This is new. This is about a month old. I just purchased it recently. Bronze and highlight. Keep. I find that the bronzer is a little dark on me, so I have to use it very sparingly. And the highlight, it's also a little on the dark side, but if you shear it out and just use a little bit, it's actually not bad, but I do like the palette. We have another oldie from when BoxyCharm was around. You have your trio here, and I'm just going to go based off of age, the fact that it's probably 7 or 8 years old. I think that automatically classifies it as a declutter. And this is another declutter because it is even older than the one I just showed you. Just look at the dryness. Sigma Sculpt Highlight and Contour Palette. So by now you know I love these. I have the highlight and the blush one. This one includes your contour, you have a blush shade, and you have a highlight. So again, highly recommend keep. Ofra On the Glow palette. I do like this one, but I don't use all the shades. I find that some of the bronze shades are a little too dark on me, and I would prefer that it had another blush shade, because for blush you're really only getting this. So these are, I think they can be removed, so maybe I'll just grab a blush and swap it out. But this is a keep. I do like this one. I am including these two palettes because this one does have a highlight and a blush, and this one has blush shades in it. This is the Natasha Denona Glam Face and Eye Palette. So you have your cream blush, and then you have your highlight. Cream blush dried out. Actually, it arrived dried out. You can get some use out of it, but it is pretty dry. I do really like the highlight though. And it does come in a darker shade. This is the lighter version. Pat McGrath Blush and Eyeshadow Palette. This came out over Christmas, this past Christmas. And it does come with 2 blush shades. I have not used these very much, but from what I remember, I think I did like them. I'll have to try these a few more times to form my final opinion. So this is a keep. So we have 5 declutters and 6 keeps. So that is it. We have our declutter pile and our keep pile.